Have you ever imagined having the power to make a woman fall in love with you using only specific words? The phrases I will teach you today are not cheap tricks, but powerful tools for emotional connection. After years of helping mature men with their relationships, I discovered that 3 simple phrases used at the right moment can completely transform the way a woman perceives you. And the best part, you will learn exactly when and how to use them to create genuine and lasting attraction. The power of words in female attraction transcends simple dialogue. Women are highly emotionally connected beings, capable of perceiving subtle nuances in communication that go far beyond the literal content. When we talk about communication, we are speaking of a true art of connection, where each word can represent an entryway to her heart. Effective communication is not just about what you say, but how you say it. Women are extremely sensitive to elements such as tone, confidence, and intention. A man who masters the art of communication can spark interest and curiosity in almost magical ways. Understanding this communicational universe means realizing that each word carries energy, a transformative potential. It's not about manipulation, but about authenticity and genuine connection. True attraction arises when you manage to create an environment where she feels truly understood and valued. Assertive communication allows you to break initial barriers and establish a deep connection. When you demonstrate the ability to listen, interpret, and respond intelligently, you automatically differentiate yourself from most men who simply speak without real interest. Women value men capable of generating interest through intelligent and engaging communication. The ability to create anticipation, spark curiosity, and establish an emotional connection are fundamental skills for capturing and keeping female attention. The key lies in understanding that each phrase should be strategically thought out, taking into account the context, the moment, and the personality of the person you are interacting with. There are no magic formulas, but rather communication techniques that, when applied with sensitivity and authenticity, can create extraordinary connections. Mastering this art means transcending superficial conversations and diving into a territory where emotions are truly shared. It's about creating unique moments of harmony, where each word serves as an invitation to a deeper, more meaningful connection. Effective communication then transforms into a delicate dance of words, emotions, and expectations, where the goal is not to conquer, but to genuinely connect with the feminine universe in all its complexity and beauty. The first strategic message involves an apparently simple detail, but one that is profoundly significant: using her name followed by ellipses. This approach is not a casual trick, but a calculated technique to spark curiosity and attention. When you pronounce or write her name with 3 dots, you are creating a symbolic space of mystery. It's like leaving a door ajar, inviting her to want to know more. This technique works because it provokes a natural reaction of interest and anticipation. The psychology behind this strategy lies in the human need to fill in gaps and solve puzzles. By using her name followed by ellipses, you generate a small communicational tension that prompts her to wonder what the next step will be. Just imagine the impact of a message like "Maria," sent at the right moment. She will immediately wonder, what does he want to tell me? What is his intention? This generated curiosity is extremely powerful in the dynamics of attraction. The timing of this approach is crucial. It's not about using it at any moment, but in strategic instances where an initial connection has already been established. The subtlety lies in not appearing invasive but intriguing. We observe that women are naturally drawn to men who can generate mystery without seeming manipulative. This small communicational device demonstrates that you are someone interesting, who thinks beyond the obvious and knows how to capture female attention. The key lies in subtlety and naturalness. It's not an artificial device, but an authentic way of creating a communicational bridge based on mutual curiosity. Each name spoken carries a unique energy, and when followed by ellipses, it transforms into a subtle invitation for a deeper interaction. It's important to emphasize that this technique does not work in isolation. It needs to be integrated into a genuine, respectful communication that demonstrates real interest in the person behind the name. The ellipses are just the beginning of a possible connection story. Mastering this art means understanding that attraction arises from small details, from seemingly insignificant moments that, when executed well, can completely transform the dynamics of an interaction. The second strategic message involves an approach that goes beyond superficiality. Tell me more about yourself. This seemingly simple phrase carries an impressive communicational depth that can completely transform the dynamics of an interaction. When you invite someone to share more about themselves, you're creating a safe and genuine space for connection. Unlike closed questions that allow short and direct answers, this approach encourages more elaborate and revealing narratives. The psychology behind this strategy resides in the human need to be heard and understood. By demonstrating real interest in her story, you break initial barriers and establish a significant emotional connection. Women are naturally attracted to men who are capable of listening actively, without judgment or interruption. This technique works because it provokes a more complex response. Instead of questions like, "What do you do?" that limit the conversation, you open a space for her to share experiences, dreams, and perspectives. Each revealed detail is an opportunity to build empathy and intimacy. The secret lies in genuine listening. It's not enough to just ask the question. It's essential to be truly interested in what will be shared. The way you respond, the comments you make, demonstrate whether your curiosity is authentic or merely procedural. Women quickly perceive when a man is genuinely interested or just putting on a social act. Authentic listening is a powerful differentiator. When she sees that you not only listen, but interpret and validate her emotions, the connection deepens instantaneously. This approach allows for the revelation of deeper layers of her personality. Dreams, fears, and expectations begin to be shared naturally. Each story told is an invitation for a more meaningful approach, where trust gradually establishes itself. It's important to emphasize that this technique does not function as an interrogation. The delicacy lies in creating a welcoming environment where she feels safe to express herself. Curiosity needs to be accompanied by respect and sensitivity. Mastering this art means understanding that true connection arises from the ability to create spaces where people feel genuinely valued and understood. "Tell me more about yourself" is not just a phrase, but a portal to deeper and more meaningful interactions. The third strategic message represents a true turning point in romantic communication. "I thought of you just now, out of nowhere." This phrase seems simple, but it carries extraordinary energy, capable of awakening deep feelings and creating an instant emotional connection. When you send this unexpected message, you're creating a magical moment of surprise and intimacy. It's not a manipulative device, but a genuine demonstration that she occupies space in your thoughts, even in the most mundane moments of the day. The psychology behind this approach lies in the human need to feel special and remembered. Women love to know that they provoke spontaneous interest, that they can capture someone's attention without being physically present. This message works as an emotional whisper, a delicate touch that awakens curiosity and affection. The secret lies in the authenticity of the moment. It's not about creating a false narrative, but about genuinely sharing something that made you think of her. It can be a simple detail, a song that played and reminded you of a moment shared, a place that brought back a previous conversation, or simply an inexplicable feeling of connection. This technique generates a powerful psychological impact. She will immediately wonder, "What made you think of me just now?" This natural curiosity works as an emotional hook, creating anticipation and interest for the next interaction. Timing is fundamental in this strategy. It's not about using it randomly, but in moments where there is already a prior harmony established. The subtlety lies in not appearing persistent, but intriguing. You need to show that the thought of her arose naturally and spontaneously. Women are particularly sensitive to this type of communication that goes beyond the obvious. When they realize that someone thinks of them without apparent motivation, they feel valued and special. It's as if you created a micro-emotional event capable of sparking deeper feelings. The key lies in naturalness and lightness. Don't seek to force a reaction, but simply share a genuine connection. Each shared thought can be a bridge to more intimate and meaningful moments, where attraction is built through small gestures filled with significance. Mastering this art means understanding that true seduction arises from the ability to create unique connection moments where words serve as instruments to reveal genuine and authentic emotions. The timing in a conversation can be compared to a delicate and sophisticated dance where each movement needs to be calculated and harmonious. Understanding this communicational nuance means realizing that the right moment to send a message carries as much importance as its specific content. In the dynamics of modern relationships, timing reveals itself as an almost magical element of connection. It's not just the words that matter, but the exact context in which they are pronounced. A message sent at the wrong moment can completely destroy any possibility of closeness, while strategically positioned communication can spark instant interest and curiosity. There are subtle moments in interaction that call for a specific approach. Identifying these intervals requires emotional sensitivity and the ability to read communicational nuances. A message that seems perfect at 2 p.m. may sound completely inappropriate at 10 p.m., depending on the flow of conversation and the emotional state of the person. The art of timing involves understanding the individual rhythms of each interaction. Some people prefer more spaced-out conversations, while others value fast and dynamic responses. This perception goes beyond universal rules, demanding an almost intuitive adaptation to the specific communication style. Factors such as work, mood, emotional availability, and personal context directly influence the reception of a message. A truly strategic man can perceive these subtle signals and adjust his communication naturally and respectfully. Emotional intelligence manifests precisely in this ability to calibrate communication. It's not enough to have interesting content. It's essential to know when and how to present it. A well-timed joke can foster closeness, but at the wrong moment, it can lead to complete distancing. Communication experts assert that timing represents about 40% of the success of an interaction. The other 60% is distributed between content, presentation style, and emotional connection. Therefore, mastering this skill means transforming simple conversations into truly memorable experiences. The key lies in observation, active listening, and the ability to read nonverbal cues. Each interaction has its own rhythm, its own melody. Identifying this harmony means creating powerful emotional bridges, capable of overcoming initial barriers and establishing deep and meaningful connections. Building emotions in a conversation requires skill and emotional sensitivity. Interactions that genuinely touch the female heart go far beyond loose words. They represent a true art of deep connection. Positive emotions are fundamental triggers for sparking genuine interest. When you can create a communicational environment where she feels truly understood, you open doors for significant closeness. The order of the topics discussed needs to be strategically thought out. There is no universal sequence, but some principles can guide an engaging conversation. Starting with light topics, allowing for a natural progression to more personal matters, works like an emotional dance of closeness. Women value men who can navigate different levels of intimacy without appearing invasive. The key lies in perceiving subtle signals of openness, respecting the individual limits of each interaction. Creating a positive cycle means maintaining a conversational flow that sparks pleasant emotions. Intelligent humor, interesting stories, and genuine demonstrations of interest are powerful fuels for this process. Authenticity remains a central element. It's no use trying to replicate a scripted routine. each interaction demands flexibility and adaptation. Your energy, sincerity, and ability to listen truly matter. Transforming a conversation into an emotionally rich experience requires sensitivity to perceive the micro moments of connection. It's in these seemingly insignificant instants that true closeness occurs. Effective communication functions as a bridge between two emotional universes. When built with respect, curiosity, and real interest, it can trigger almost inexplicable attraction processes. Men who master this art can create unique experiences, where each word serves as an invitation for a deeper and more meaningful connection. It's not about manipulative techniques, but about a genuine ability to establish true connections. The magic lies in understanding that each interaction represents a unique opportunity to create special moments where emotions can be genuinely shared and experienced in all their complexity and beauty. Common errors in male communication represent dangerous traps that can completely destroy any possibility of connection. Many men make mistakes that drive away precisely what they desire most: a genuine and meaningful approach. Invasive questions arise as one of the main problems in this dynamic. Excessively interrogating or delving into emotional territories too quickly generates immediate discomfort. Women value respect for personal boundaries, and crossing them demonstrates a lack of communicational sensitivity. Intrusiveness can manifest in various subtle forms. Questioning very intimate details without first establishing a trustful environment represents a serious strategic error. Each personal piece of information needs to be earned through a progressive construction of intimacy. Inadequate timing emerges as another critical element. Sending messages at inappropriate times, such as during intense work periods or stressful situations, demonstrates complete emotional insensitivity. The ability to identify the right moments for communication is a fundamental skill. Inappropriate content also represents significant traps. Displaced jokes, sexist comments, or forced attempts to impress can instantly destroy any possibility of connection. Authenticity remains a central element of any true interaction. Men who insist on obsolete communication patterns tend to fail consistently. The outdated idea of conquering through displays of power or domination does not work in contemporary contexts. Women seek emotionally intelligent partners, capable of establishing truly meaningful dialogues. Transparency emerges as an essential ingredient. Trying to create artificial personas or replicate scripted dialogues instantly reveals itself as a failed strategy. Women have a refined perception to identify incongruities between speech and behavior. Respecting individuality is a fundamental principle. Every woman possesses a unique universe with specific expectations, stories, and needs. Generalizing approaches or trying to apply standardized techniques represents a guaranteed path to relational failure. The key lies in flexibility, the ability to adapt, and above all, in genuine respect. Communicating means much more than exchanging words. It represents creating emotional bridges based on mutual understanding, where each interaction serves as an opportunity for true and meaningful connection. Recapping our journey, we have unveiled powerful strategies for winning a woman's heart through assertive communication. 3 simple phrases, when applied with mastery, can completely transform the dynamics of an interaction. The true magic lies in authenticity, in the capacity to create deep connections that go beyond loose words. Each strategy presented works as an invitation for a genuine approach where emotions are shared with respect and sensitivity. Now the challenge is to put into practice, to experiment and adapt these techniques to your unique communication style.